All right, a very good evening, late, early morning. I don't know, around midnight, 1 o'clock. Your exalted ruler, the man who tells it like it is. Huh. Warrior Junior. Warrior Junior is here for you. And it's yeah. I have a friend that told me this one time. He said the older you get, and he's like 60 years old. I'm almost 50. I'm not far from it. He said the older you get, the highs are not so high and the lows are not so low. It kind of evens out. You don't really get excited about too much. You don't get. And I kind of was like, well, I used to tell him, I said, well, because you never done nothing exciting when you, and I started to say, well, no, it's not him. It's just the way it is. It's because you basically have you basically should have seen everything, done everything. What's that? I see they're bringing back that show, The Wonder Years. And I remember that show, in the '90s or whatever, that a little kid, and it's like I thought about why they call it The Wonder Years. Because you're young, everything is new. It's a wonder. Like, oh wow, I never kissed a girl before. Wow, what's it like? These things, and still waiting to get laid, but that's nor here nor there. You know, this is interesting because hold on. Let's take a sip of the holy. You guys know what this is. No secret ingredient this time because, and I will tell you why. This is the chai spice tea. Um, because what I tried. I put the secret ingredient in one time, and then I had raspberries, and it was like overkill. You you don't need to overdo it. It's like if you're eating raspberries, that's like the natural Viagra. That's good for you. But you don't need to put the saw palmetto in there too. It's just too much. Um, so kind of just try to do one or the other. Like have a little bit of balance. With your body. Um, so what are we going to talk about? I was going to talk about my opinions on God. Like tell me all your thoughts on God, because I really love to meet her. Maybe I'll make it real brief. Maybe I'll make it real brief. Because so many people talk about the higher power and the supreme being, what it could be. And I don't really know what to make of all of this. I just don't prescribe to most people's beliefs. I'm Jewish, but that doesn't mean like I follow the narrative of Moses and Joseph and whatever. I don't. So what do I think God is? You know, the supreme being, the creator of everything. Like, well, I want you to think about this. We all watch television, right? We've all watched television before, but you couldn't tell me who created television, who's the inventor. Like, it doesn't matter, right? It matters that there's television and there's stuff that's on television. Who created it doesn't matter. Now, what if, like, let's say the inventor of television is God. Do you understand? You can start to open up your mind and start to try to put this together. There is a creator, but it has no bearing on what's on television. Now, I heard there were a couple people that were working on, the advent of television, at the same time, Zenith or whatever. I don't know if that's some, I forgot the name of it. I've heard of this name. It was like a European inventor or something like that. See, I don't even know the name. Can't even tell you. So what if we go back and we think that, okay, so God or whatever God is or was or anything was the inventor of the television, like inventor of the universe, inventor of everything. And so basically created it and then, it has nothing to do with it anymore. The inventors of television, whoever invented it, they're dead. They're gone. And they don't decide what's on television. So perhaps whatever God is, or whatever God might have was, we don't know. We don't know because it seems as if time, I saw this thing in Time magazine. They said how the universe will end. Everything that's alive dies. Every galaxy, sun, everything eventually, runs its course. So perhaps, whatever created, this universe or whatever, ran its course too before it died, before it passed on. So it's just very interesting. I think perhaps whatever God was, like, is, could be anything. It created it set the stage for everything, but it has no bearing on what's on television, what like unfolds in the universe or anything. I think it's very interesting. It requires a little more thorough study, but I think it's an interesting thing to elaborate on. Anyway, that's my opinion. Um, as far as now, you know, I struggle with this. I've lived in Los Angeles again. I'm going to be 48 in a couple months, and I've lived out here my whole life. And you know, I've been in New York briefly, a couple times. Um, been to Las Vegas probably maybe about a dozen times in my life. I've been to Arizona for a baseball tryout. Just flew there a couple times. And I sit there and I say, I really am not getting my needs met in Los Angeles. And I know we think of needs met, like, why I started this channel, talking about meeting women, getting laid, stuff. It's more than that, though. It's more than that. You notice that people kind of gravitate, like they move where they feel they belong. And I think, like, West Hollywood, because of the gays, everything, they're not from here. They come here and they find a way to make it here. It's like this is like where they belong. They come from all over. Some have money, like the ones that come here. Now there's gays everywhere. So why am I talking about this? I'm not gay, right? It doesn't, but I'm very, I'm very like unhappy here. I'm very unhappy. I know everybody's move. Everybody, anybody that just tells you um, without helping you, I just say, fuck you. Like, you're not understanding. It's not that simple. I've applied for many jobs in Las Vegas. Nothing. Um, everything from teaching, the post office work, anything. Fitness, but I'm not going to be a personal trainer. Like that's like a glorified cheerleader. That's not who I am. And I really don't have to work. I get a monthly check. Um, call it a settlement, if that's what you want to call it, for the rest of my life. It's not life changing money, but it keeps you alive, I guess. Um, and it's tough because you don't want to make a catastrophic error. You know, I don't need much to survive. I never got married, no kids, no pets. I sleep on a cot. My feet are actually resting on it as I'm doing this. I've tried to, make money. I tried to, build my credit. I had basically a catastrophic, made some catastrophic mistakes, as I've talked about. You go back in my episodes, a couple of weeks ago, and I told you about, stock market, cryptos, everything. I was trying to basically make a sizable amount to get my condo out there, like for 100,000. And for me, that's like, it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Because I fucked up everything. I never really was that close. Um, it's hard to get approved for a mortgage, even 100,000. You would think, what's 100,000? 30 years. Divide. Let's say you put 10,000 down. Okay, so now you're doing a $90,000 mortgage. So 90,000 times 30 divided by 30 years. 30 years is what? 300 and, let's say 10 years on 360 months. Divide that into 90 grand. What the fuck is that? It comes out to like 400 a month, maybe not even that, nothing. You know, and it's like hard to get it. It's hard to get approved for that. Go out there and take an apartment for like 1,000 a month. It's like throwing money in the fireplace every month. I don't want to do that. I live in government housing, in Los Angeles. And yeah, it's like real cheap and everything like that, but it's like you got nothing to show for it. You don't own nothing. And what it does, it pulls you down. It really does. When you're around people that ain't making it, never made it or whatever, I hate to say it. I mean, unless you like really got the mentality you're working your ass off, you don't belong. Like I've been in this building for 13, coming about 13 years. I was different. My mentality when I first moved in here, I didn't care up until almost about 3 years ago. I stopped drinking about um, 2 years and 8 months ago. So my mentality kind of changed over the past 3 years, I would say. And it's just hard because you see people around, these up the block from me around. They got money, they made it, and they ain't sharing. They're not sharing their money. I don't blame them, but they're not supposed to. But they're not giving you any advice. They're not giving you anything. They figured it out. That's why they're here. And it's like you got to figure it out on your own, man. You got to figure it out on your own. It's like for me, working out, not bodybuilding, whatever. As you can see, I'm not huge or anything like that. But like, I started fucking around with the weights when I was, a teenager. I was fascinated by it. I'm not built for power or anything. I'm not genetically, you know, naturally, what's it called? The endomorph. I'm thin, naturally thin. It took me to high school till I hit 100 pounds. I remember like 11th grade, I think I was 111, something like that. I remember. And the doctor said, "You'll be all right. Like you're a little small, but you're gonna grow. You're just a late bloomer." And even when I graduated high school, I was still like 120, maybe if that. It took me. I remember till I hit 150. My God, that was when I got in bodybuilding. When I used to go to Beverly Hills Health and Fitness. I remember I hit 150 for like the first time. It was like, wow. I was very solid. I was like a lot of weight. I was like, wow, 150. Jesus. Then I remember I hit 175. I was like, wow, that was like fucking, for somebody that's thin, that's like, solid. It doesn't sound like it's something, but it's not bad, you know. And 200, I've been about 200 close a couple times, and that's just like fuck, you're like a little bodybuilder at that point, you're just fucking you're jacked. Um, but I said this before. Building a body is not necessarily building a life. Now, it shows, yeah, you have discipline, investment, if you know what you're doing, but you have to like, that's not going to help me financially. Um, I spend good money on good quality food, supplements, um, and I don't care. I mean, sure, I got my limits. I'm not going to spend thousands and thousands, but I spend. This quality beet juice, it's $4. Buy it. I don't give a fuck. I went and got these enchiladas at Trader Joe's today. They're like 7.50 for, I bought three of them because it's nutrient dense quality foods. I gobble that shit up. I eat cheap too. There's this veggie spaghetti I like, and get a fucking pound of that. It's like $1.50, $2. I eat cheap on the cheap too, but I like good shit. It's tilapia. I had some salmon with vegetables and rice. Cost what it costs. I make it at home. Um, so where does this all lead? What am I getting at with this? You know, I want to make I want. I mean, I like Vegas. I don't want to make a catastrophic error, and you just don't know. And you only get so much time in life. There's this guy in my building. I talk with him sometimes, and he's a couple years older than me. He really relates to it, but it's like really hard to figure out. Okay, what's the right course of action? Like, where's the opportunity? When this COVID thing hit, fucked everything, and not even before. I never had any opportunities. Like no one wanted me for nothing. Do it on my own. I mean, I know how to go online. I know how to do this, but you know, no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like people really don't help each other. I know they have the things like GoFundMe and everything like that, but that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. There's a difference. Like I applied for a lot of different work. I mean, even like UPS job in Vegas. It's like people, like this woman, I read her thing. It's like she works her ass off. Her clothes are drenched after in Vegas. Yeah, then walk outside 120 degrees. I'm like, fuck that shit. I mean, I went to college, and I'm not just saying bachelor degree. I got a master's. I got an EDS. I got a specialist degree. So I'm sorry. Like I hate to tell you, but you're not gonna make me. Now you want to give me an unskilled labor job for 100,000 a year? I'll consider it. But I don't see any of this shit out there. I look online. I'm on this thing every day, and it just seems like they don't need you. You're too smart for. You know, they're just looking for slaves, man. It's like I've been out. I walked. I walked from South Point Casino up to like almost Mandalay Bay. I remember it was like a food for less over there. I was saying, no, I was thinking to myself, I live out here. I could see Henderson in the background. This is like 10 years ago. I mean, I don't want to move to a dangerous area. I don't want to fuck up. I want to go to a place where I have access, like what I have here. I have access to the markets, um, my gym, hopefully the strip would be a couple miles away. You know, I don't think I'm asking for much, but you know, paying rent. That's not how you're going to get ahead. I want to own something. So I got to, repair my credit and hope, I can put together like this security guy up the block that used to work. He told me it took him 10 years. He put away 10,000 a year for 10 years. I'm 48. I'll be 40 in a couple months. By 58, I can't, I can't do this. There's just no way. I won't allow myself. I might as well not even be here around anymore. What's the point? It's stupid. Watch like Ryback, the guy from WWE. I think he lives in Vegas because I think he probably bought a house. He made his money, wrestled, probably, 100. Maybe he bought a house for a couple 100,000. People got a good boost. I think like this area. What happened was just over my lifetime. You live in a place long enough, you become that place. Still, I know that's Rocky said that in Rocky Balboa. But I don't become. I'm not of West Hollywood. I don't belong here. I don't. Sunset is not like it used to be. There used to be places that would rock. Dublin's, that's gone. Happy Ending's gone. I used to dance, go out all the time. I feel like life has been punishing me. Women don't give. I'm not interested for whatever reason. They never have been. Very rarely. It's depressing. So it's like I don't know what else to do. So it's like I figured do what I know. The bodybuilding, the fitness thing. I don't know what else to do. It's a positive addiction. It's I saw this thing in Pawn Stars on YouTube. And they were out here in LA, and it just seems like Vegas is not a good place for selling, buying and selling. These guys are selling shoes, expensive. Like there's no money out there. Like you want to buy and sell and turn product. It's not a good place. Um, but I guess, I mean, look, I tried eBay, I tried these things, and people are really, really tight. Um, it's like, what can you do? You sell something. This bat that I have, that's like, A-Rod's home run bat. It's like, yeah, I spent like 1750 for it. They offered me 3,000 about a year and a half ago, and saw one sell at Golden Auctions for 9,000. So I was like, all right, and then get some close to that. But had up there for 4,000. People looking. Nobody. One guy offered me 3 grand. I told him, I'm waiting 300 views and all this minus eBay fees. What you sell, you make 1,000. Yeah, you know what though? I held on to that for a year and a half. A year and a half to make $1,000. If I saw it. What's that? That ain't gonna like get me my condo. It ain't gonna fucking do anything. Get 100. Yeah, it's not that. Man, finding those deals, it just don't come around very often. You know, it just breaks your spirit when you don't see any success. Now, I don't know about my neighbors. A manager who lives next door. Married, whatever, and they got this little kid, and I don't know what this. You know, can you think about raising your kid in a poor place? It's like embarrassing. So people seem to not, they think things through. It's like I think I listened to this on YouTube. Somebody was talking about the chasm in LA. The people that have, they don't have, whatever. We give housing for low income people. So what? That ain't giving you a place to live. Doesn't mean you own anything. Doesn't mean you're moving ahead. It's like throwing somebody a life preserver in the middle of the North Atlantic. Keep them alive. That's it. Like, you just gotta find your calling. You gotta have a little mazel. Yiddish mazel's luck. People would say, "Oh, you're lucky. You're not homeless." You can always compare yourself to people doing worse than you or better. But what does that do? Nothing. It's just this place. It's like I don't know what to do. Don't know. What would you do? Would you give up if your rent was next to nothing? Again, you don't own nothing. And you're around these people that are, no offense to them, these people that are on their way out, never done nothing or don't have no money. Would you stay? in a building like that and you can't figure out how to get ahead in life? Or would you go somewhere else to where you're kind of attracted to, you're drawn to, and say, out of hell with it, you know? You only get one life, right? You know, I look around all this stuff. I mean, not really that much stuff, but stuff kind of holds you back, you know? Memories of what you did. Oh, I have this and that. What is it? Just stuff. It's not, you know? A lot of it's garbage stuff you'll never wear again. You never stuff, like books. I got all this junk, you know. I mean, I kind of hold this philosophy: if it's not worth anything or doesn't have any type of sentimental value, what do you need it for? What are you saving it for? The day that will never come? Most people, like, the stuff owns them. I mean, I think about how much I gambled away. Yeah, it really hurts, you know. Every time I've dropped like 10 grand, you know, if I would have somehow saved that, maybe I would have had my condo by now. But, you know, anytime I took chances, I tried the stock market, I tried cryptocurrency, I tried developing this card system, and some of this shit worked for a little while. So I pressed it, and then all went against me. Everything: crypto, stock market, and the casino. I mean, you know, I've done some good things over the past, you know, a year, paying off credit cards, you know, little by little climbing out of the hole. But it's like just not, you know, it's gonna take time, man. You know, see all these people driving around high-end cars and $1 million condos or whatever, houses worth millions. I'm just sitting, you know, I can't seem to figure out how to carve out my own niche in life. Around all these fucking gays walking, you know, you don't, that I'm not of their ilk. I'm not of their ilk. And it's like, in their mind, it's like, you're not one of them, then they want you out of there, you know? I don't care what they want, but it's like I say to myself, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't belong here, you know? You know, I was raised in this area, but, you know, I just kind of dealt a bad hand. You know, I'm not saying what was me. I'm not, you know, complaining. That doesn't solve anything, but it's like, what do you fucking do? You know, I'm staying in school, trying to get my doctorate, not giving up on that yet. Again, I got all these degrees. They're not adding up to anything. Sorry, you know, salmon, rice, and vegetables, you know. And I don't have a problem with getting older. I realize that you know that that's par for the course for everybody. That happens to everybody. But you know, man, I just thought that You know, you could get yours in life. You know, you pay your dues. You could get. You know, and I just have not been able to figure this out. It kind of sucks. You know, I try to laugh about it a little bit because you don't want to. I used to get enraged when I drank. Not every time, but I'd go out to bars and I would get sauced up at home, then go out to bars and drink more, and then try to see a woman. I would go in there, and then the guy would get mad at me, the way, and then all. So I don't go to bars anymore. There's one place on Sunset, because they have dancing upstairs sometimes, but the DJ sucks. I don't know where else to go. That club for the club for the older people, it's basically, this black guy that goes there. He told me something. He goes, I know everybody here at this thing. And I'm like, see, that's what it is. It's all cliquish. Somebody new shows up, it's like, everybody, and they're old already. As I am becoming myself. Yeah, I don't know, man. Went to the gym twice today. Two a day, or, hammered out legs, during the day. And at night, I went back, did traps and forearms. I don't know what else to fucking do with my life. But I said this and I'll say it again. Building a body is not necessarily building a life. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. There was a line in Saturday Night Fever. The guy that worked in the paint store, the owner or whatever, told Tony Manero, John Travolta's character, the boss told him, if you don't, like, prepare for life, it catches up and it fucks you. It's a very, very good statement, very true in of itself. Some people just be happy with nothing. I know this. I have an built. Yeah, I'll tell you. All right, I'll share. I'll share a story. I was on the Blue Line one time in Los Angeles. We was coming home from the Bicycle Club Casino, maybe 5 months ago, and I thought I had a system with Pai Gow Poker. If you don't know what the game is, look it up. I don't care about discussing. And basically, I would write down everything, and wins and losses and pushes, and then I would try to time out the spots that were due to win. And when the spots were due, I'd load up money on it. And it worked for about a week. I made like 10,000 in a week. And then on like the eighth day, I got wiped out. I couldn't stop. I thought I was going to get all back. So I made bigger bets and bigger bets, and I just got killed. So I gave up. I didn't want to give up any of my own money. I started like with 2,000. I turned it into 12,000. I lost 10,000, so I still had $2,000 left. And I said, well, fuck this. Then the system doesn't work. I got lucky for a week. So I was coming back on the Blue Line, and this chick gets on, and she had one hell of a body. And she got off the the blue line, and I don't know. I don't know. Maybe a combination of loss or whatever. I got up at the next stop and walked all the way back, like a mile and a half. And I saw this chick. And she's like pushing a cart. Turns out she was homeless. Great body though, right? I didn't care. I wound up like spending $5 on her 99-cent store gift. So I was like, hey, you want to hang out? You want to hang out? And kind of was talking to me, just hanging out. We walked pretty far together. So let's get a hotel room. I'll pay for everything. And she just, oh, I'm not that kind of girl. She goes like that. She gave me her number, but it's like I didn't get any action. So she's like trying to get on waiting list. I said, I can help you out with all that. And she's just like, I don't know. Some of these people are just lost causes. You know, I mean, dude, that's what like you're homeless out here. I'm offering you to give you money, to give you this, to give you information, give it. And she just, oh, you want to do this with me? That's right. That's right. That's how it works. You help me, and I help you. I help you, and you help me. That's the way the world is supposed to function. But these people in their minds, they got this thing, oh, that's immoral, oh, that's wrong, it's moral wrong. Let me tell you something how selfish fucking people are, okay? There's so many people that are umgestuft, we call it. They're overstuffed with money. They couldn't give enough money away to help somebody, and they won't. You know how many agents that live up in the Hollywood Hills I've tried, producers, I've tried to put my resume in their mailbox, I've tried to pitch my movie script, I tried, and they won't even listen. They won't even acknowledge me. Okay? Who's helping who? At least I'm offering, at least I'm saying, hey, I can give you a couple $100, I can give you information for, for the waiting list, everything. Just give me a little fun. Let's go. Let's hang out. Let's have a little bit of fun. If you know what I mean. What's wrong with that? Oh, I'm a pervert, according to that one chick. Yeah, you know that's anybody that would say that is really misunderstanding, misinformed of the difficulties of it is trying to meet somebody or have a little bit of innocent fun. I didn't do anything wrong. Damn. That's the problem in this world. That people ain't offering opportunities of any. Not to me, you know? And the problem is, in this area that I live in, a lot of women, their needs are met. So it's like you can't get anything from that. So it's just like, damn. I used to go to these pickup artist seminars. I used to have them. It's like, you guys are fighting an uphill battle, man. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. In the gym, I kind of ignore the women. I focus on my thing. I don't get nothing from them. Not interested in me. And then, like, I go out or whatever, I try talking to them, but they don't give me nothing anyway. They brush me off. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's fucked up. And I know, I've heard these guys on YouTube, the fearless man or whatever, all these fucking guys talking about, they're going out doing infield, whatever, approaches and stuff like that. They're younger than me. Matt, 33 Secrets, or whatever. He's about my age, probably, maybe a little younger. But he's about the same. it's just, even before COVID, I didn't get nothing. Even it didn't matter places, Saddle Ranch, whatever. You would no. Single women, they don't go out by themselves, so they bring with their girlfriend, and their girlfriend pulls them away. You need to get a number. You know how many times I've given my card out to women that I was attracted to, or try to get a number? Give them my number, they never call. Doesn't work. And that's one of the reasons I keep thinking Vegas. But it's more than that. It's part of it, but there's just like a euphoric kind of thing about Vegas that I'm just not getting here. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. But I just don't want to go there and trade down. My friend Chris told me, he goes, Warrior WJ, Warrior Jr., once you're sick of the strip, there's nothing there. I disagree. I get what he's saying, but I just think that there's nothing here for me. Gays looking at me, that don't help me. Being in the center of, you know, Los Angeles, Entertainment Central, it's not it's not helping me. It's not helping me become anything. They say dream big. I guarantee you shit. I'll guarantee you nothing. At least I tried. Everything I did, I tried. I took huge losses financially, whatever, but I tried. Every dream I chased, I tried. Bodybuilding, chess, bowling, dancing, pool, baseball, professional poker player. I tried it all. I tried it all. Script, screenwriting. Tried it all. Didn't hit in anything. Have a little bit of closure in everything, just about. Some things I didn't persevere long enough in, like bowling. But it's like just work your ass off and guaranteed it nothing. Or just so you can hope to bowl a 300, get that ring. Ooh, the Super Bowl ring. So what? It's not like a Super Bowl, ring like the NFL or something. Big money. How many people have that? You know. It's like in chess to get that national master certificate. It's like you got a 2,200. You could spend a lifetime trying to get that good, get that paper, and that's all it is. It is a lifetime to get that. So what? Walk around to everybody you're a chess master. Big fucking deal. There ain't no money attached to that. And you're gonna spend a shitload of time, energy, and study to get it. Yep. 20 people have done that. Wasted too much energy and time in something that goes nowhere. That's why money is so important. Enough money, like, gives you the opportunity to go wherever you want. Bearing circumstances, if you're reasonably healthy, whatever. But, I just fucked up. I never, I didn't like Sazame, the saint neither. She likes it. That means I didn't put away little by little over a long period of time. If I would have done that, I would have had that condo easily. Like that security guy, like I told you about, 10,000 a year for 10 years. I just, thought that was kind of ridiculous but 10 years is a massive commitment. Anyway, I know, I try not to be so somber and down, but it's like hard to get, without any success, it's hard to be nice if like a woman, I keep trying. Lift my spirits, literally. You know, I watch this thing with, I used to be a fan of WWF, WWE. I watched this, thing with Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon, and how, what happened, how he got to marry her and everything. It took him a long time. He basically was an extremely dedicated wrestler, and he was the right person at the right place at the right time for the right opportunity. And in life, it's like you can't expect that because you're so dedicated to a craft that you're going to marry the owner's daughter that's like a billionaire. You can't expect that. You can't have that sense of entitlement. You don't. You just can't. But his ship came in. It's like I wanted to be a baseball player. I was too stubborn. And you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to make it. I wouldn't listen to you. It was like over before it began for me. It took me a 31 till I realized that dream was over. And I took my settlement. That's when I got my settlement. I'm not going to get into it. So all you need to know is basically get a check every month, survival money for the rest of my life if I want. That's like $1,000 a month. It's less than that, 950. What's that? You're not going to get ahead on that. Tried to do other things on the side. Nothing really took off. So I realized that. But nothing really took off. I tried drop shipping. I tried. Nothing really took off. Anyway. All right. Well, that's my open and honest with you. And I mean, look, everybody's life is different, you know. Well, this guy that I knew, Dave, I met him at this pickup artist seminar. He told me, he said, Mike, you're an outlier. Warrior WJ, you're an outlier. And you say the outliers are the people that achieved, some of them or achieved everything. You know, the Elon Musks, the Einsteins, the Zuckerberg, you know. They're the outliers. But so are bums, people out there on the street. You don't even have a place to live. They're outliers too, in a way. I unfortunately relate more with like the bums out there on the street as being an outlier because I don't got nothing. I don't associate with them. I don't talk to any of them. But it's like, damn, man, you know, like, where's the success? Where's the fucking, you know? And they keep saying, oh, it's not about money. It's not money. It is until you have some. When you're living in government housing, it is all about the money. It is. When you own your own condo or a house or something, I don't know. It depends. Everybody's different. There's people that own 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 places. I don't know. I don't own any. Kind of doesn't that suck? There's people that own dozens and dozens of properties and everything. They got more money than they can ever imagine, and they won't give you nothing. They won't start you nothing. I'm not saying give you, but like start you so you could have your own too. You get like one life here. People are so selfish. They need it all, you know. Damn, that dumb homeless chick. The fuck is her problem? Rather be fucking homeless and give it up, you know. A little bit of fun here and there. People are just fucking stupid. They're lost. I don't get it. When they're old, nobody wants it. That's why you see all these younger women trying to whore out their bodies. Not all of them, but you know, they know when they're young, body holds together. You know, it has currency, it has value. Wait till that shit gets old. My God, no. Work out. You got to work out maniacally all the time, and still don't guarantee you nothing. My body will never look like it did in its prime. No way. No way. That's why women go and they get those huge boobs or whatever like that because they need that attention. They're used to getting that when they were young. And they ain't getting that anymore once the age kicks in. Sorry. God giveth and God taketh away. Time. I could count in my whole life how many women ever gave me. Barely nothing. On two hands, I could count easily. Easily. How many women gave me a little bit of fun for nothing? For nothing. Maybe on one hand, for nothing. Yeah, you just don't get it. They know. Anyway, that's enough of that for now. I hope you enjoyed my honesty. It's what it is. It's honesty. It's real, you know? Yep. Oh, oh, excuse me. Anyway, I hope you appreciated this episode. We'll keep it going. Just keep plugging away, I guess. That's all you can do, right? Yeah. And try not allow the place, the environment you're living to be a prison, you know?